Welcome, summoners, to the world of League of Legends. Get ready for intense battles, strategic gameplay, and unforgettable moments. This game has captured the hearts of millions worldwide, making it a global esports phenomenon. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or a curious newcomer, this essay will be your guide to navigating the complexities of Summoner's Rift. League of Legends is a multiplayer online battle arena, or MOBA, that pits two teams of 5 players against each other. Each player controls a unique champion, each with its own strengths, weaknesses, and abilities. The goal is simple: destroy the enemy team's nexus, a structure located in their base. But don't be fooled by the seemingly straightforward objective. Victory requires teamwork, strategy, and lightning-fast reflexes. You'll need to master the art of laning, outmaneuver your opponents, and make split-second decisions that can turn the tide of battle. But fear not, aspiring summoner. With practice, dedication, and the right guidance, you'll be well on your way to becoming a legend of the Rift. So, are you ready to embark on this epic journey? Let's dive into the world of League of Legends, where every match is a new adventure and every victory is a testament to your skill and strategic prowess. Get ready to experience the thrill of competition, the joy of teamwork, and the satisfaction of outplaying your opponents. The Rift awaits. League of Legends has transcended the realm of gaming to become a global phenomenon. With millions of active players worldwide, it boasts one of the largest and most passionate gaming communities. The game's popularity has also given rise to a thriving esports scene, with professional players competing for prestigious titles and lucrative prizes. The League of Legends World Championship, held annually, is a testament to the game's global reach. Teams from all corners of the world battle it out in front of millions of viewers, showcasing the highest level of skill and strategy. The electrifying atmosphere, the nail-biting matches, and the sheer passion of the players and fans alike make it a spectacle to behold. The League of Legends is more than just a game. It's a community. Players from all walks of life come together to share their love for the game, forming friendships and rivalries that extend beyond the virtual battlefield. The game's rich lore, diverse cast of champions, and ever-evolving gameplay provide endless opportunities for discussion, analysis, and creative expression. Whether you're a casual player or a hardcore competitor, League of Legends offers something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the millions of summoners worldwide and experience the magic of the Rift. Before we delve into the intricacies of gameplay, let's familiarize ourselves with the Battleground and its inhabitants. Summoner's Rift is the primary map in League of Legends, where most matches take place. It's a symmetrical battleground with 3 main lanes: top, middle, and bottom. Each lane is defended by turrets, powerful structures that attack enemy units within range. The areas between lanes are known as the jungle, home to neutral monsters that provide gold and experience when slain. At the heart of each team's base lies the Nexus, the ultimate objective of the game. But the true stars of League of Legends are the champions. With over 150 unique champions to choose from, each with its own set of abilities, play styles, and strategic roles, there's a champion for every type of player. From mighty warriors to cunning mages, agile assassins to stalwart tanks, the roster is as diverse as the players themselves. Understanding the strengths and weaknesses of each champion is crucial for success on the Rift. Some champions excel at dealing massive damage from afar, while others are masters of close quarters combat. Some provide support to their allies, while others disrupt enemy formations. The objective in League of Legends is deceptively simple. Destroy the enemy team's nexus. This heavily guarded structure lies at the heart of their base, protected by turrets, inhibitors, and waves of minions. To reach the nexus, you'll need to fight your way through the enemy team's defenses, utilizing strategy, teamwork, and a healthy dose of skill. But destroying the nexus is no easy feat. It requires a coordinated team effort, careful planning, and the ability to adapt to ever-changing circumstances. You'll need to push your advantage when you have it, defend your own base when necessary, and always be on the lookout for opportunities to outmaneuver your opponents. The path to victory is paved with strategic decisions, calculated risks, and clutch plays. Will you focus on pushing down lanes and destroying turrets, or will you prioritize team fights and securing objectives like Dragons and Baron Nassau? The choice is yours, Samesi. But choose wisely, for every decision can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Section 5. Laning Phase. The calm before the storm. The laning phase is the opening act of a League of Legends match, a period of relative calm before the storm of team fights and objective control. During this phase, players primarily focus on gaining an advantage in their respective lanes by farming minions, harassing their opponents, and strategically pushing the lane. The laning phase is a game of patience, precision, and calculated aggression. You'll need to master the art of hitting minions to earn gold, while also being mindful of enemy attacks and potential ganks from the jungler. Knowing when to trade damage with your opponent, when to push your lane, and when to play it safe is crucial for establishing lane dominance. A successful laning phase can set the stage for a dominant mid-game. By outfarming your opponent, securing early kills, and pushing your lane advantage, you create pressure on the map, forcing the enemy team to react to your movements and giving your team an edge in upcoming team fights and objective control. Section 6. The Jungle, a world of its own. While laners clash in their designated lanes, the jungle is a world of its own, home to neutral monsters and a lone hunter, the jungler. This role is crucial for controlling the flow of the game, providing support to laners through ganks, and securing objectives like Dragons and Rift Herald. The jungler's role is multifaceted and demanding, requiring a unique set of skills and game knowledge. They must balance their time between farming jungle camps, tracking enemy movements, and coordinating ganks with their laners. A successful jungler can swing the momentum of the game in their team's favor with well-timed ganks, objective control, and map pressure. Mastering the jungle requires a deep understanding of jungle pathing, objective timings, and gank opportunities. You will need to predict enemy movements, anticipate lane matchups, and communicate effectively with your team to secure kills, objectives, and ultimately, victory. Section 7. Gold and experience, fueling your champion's growth. In League of Legends, Gold and experience are the lifeblood of your champion's growth. Gold allows you to purchase items that enhance your champion's stats and abilities, making them more powerful in combat. Experience, on the other hand, allows your champion to level up, unlocking new abilities and strengthening existing ones. Earning gold and experience efficiently is crucial for gaining an advantage over your opponents. Last, hitting minions is the primary source of gold and experience during the laning phase, while killing enemy champions, assisting in kills, and securing objectives provide significant bonuses. Managing your gold and experience effectively is paramount to success. Knowing when to recall to base, what items to purchase, and how to maximize your champion's power spikes can make all the difference in a close match. Remember, every gold coin and experience point brings you one step closer to victory. Section 8. Master the basics. Unleash your potential. League of Legends is a game of skill, strategy, and teamwork. While mastering the intricacies of each champion and role takes time and dedication, understanding the fundamental mechanics of the game is crucial for any aspiring summoner. From last hitting minions to managing your wave, from warding strategically to communicating effectively with your team, every aspect of the game plays a vital role in achieving victory. Don't be afraid to experiment with different champions and roles to analyze your gameplay and to learn from your mistakes. The path to mastery is paved with both triumphs and setbacks, but with each step you take, you'll edge closer to unlocking your true potential as a summoner. In the upcoming sections, we'll delve deeper into specific strategies and tips for each phase of the game, providing you with the knowledge and tools you need to dominate on Summoner's Rift. Get ready to refine your skills, hone your instincts, and unleash your inner gaming prowess. The journey to becoming a League of Legends legend begins now. Section 1. Laning 101. The Fundamentals. The laning phase, particularly the first 15 minutes, often feels like a completely different game than the chaotic team fights that define the later stages of League of Legends. This initial phase is all about individual skill expression, tactical resource management, and laying the foundation for your team's success. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or a fresh recruit, understanding the core principles of laning is essential for climbing the ranked ladder. First and foremost, remember that every minion counts. Gold and experience are the lifeblood of your champion's progression, and last hitting minions is your primary source of income during the laning phase. Practice your timing. Learn the attack animations of both your champion and the minions, and aim to secure as many last hits as possible. Even a slight gold advantage early on can snowball into a significant lead later in the game. However, laning is not just about passively farming. Knowing when to trade damage with your opponent is crucial. Look for opportunities when your opponent overextends, misses a key ability, or when your jungler is nearby to provide assistance. Calculated aggression can net you kills, force your opponent to back, and give you a significant advantage in the lane. Ultimately, the laning phase is a delicate dance between farming efficiently, harassing your opponent, and mitigating risks. By mastering these fundamentals, you will establish a solid foundation for your team's success and set yourself up for a triumphant victory on Summoner's Rift. Section 2. Minions, your path to power. They may seem insignificant compared to the towering champions, but minions are the unsung heroes of the laning phase, the key to unlocking your champion's true potential. Understanding their behavior and claiming their bounty is paramount. Each wave consists of melee and ranged units, offering different amounts of gold and experience. Predicting their health as they take damage is crucial. Denying your opponent gold and experience is just as important. Mastering last hitting takes practice and precision. With patience, you'll be raking in the gold in no time. Minion waves dictate the flow and tempo of the lane. Pushing a wave can force your opponent under their turret, denying them farm and experience. Freezing the wave near your turret allows for safer farming. Mastering wave management is crucial and can make or break your early game. Section 3. Understanding the meta, adapt and conquer. League of Legends is a constantly evolving game. Each new patch introduces balance changes, new champions, and item adjustments that shift the landscape of Summoner's Rift. What works in one patch might be ineffective in the next. Understanding the meta is crucial. The meta refers to the most effective tactics available at a given time. Staying informed about the current meta gives you a significant advantage. Numerous resources keep you updated on the meta. Websites like OpJudgeGG, UJudgeGG, and League of Graphs provide valuable statistics. Following professional players on Twitch and YouTube offers insights into high-level strategies. Section 4. Early game objectives, First Blood and beyond. While securing gold and experience through minion farming is the primary focus of the laning phase, early game objectives offer significant advantages that can swing the momentum of the match in your team's favor. Capitalizing on these opportunities while mitigating risks requires coordination, map awareness, and a keen understanding of objective timings. First Blood, the first kill of the game, provides a substantial gold bounty and can often dictate the early lane dynamics. However, aggressively pursuing First Blood at the expense of your farm and experience can backfire. It's important to weigh the risks and rewards carefully and only engage when you have a clear advantage or support from your jungler. Beyond First Blood, neutral objectives like Dragons and Rift Herald offer powerful buffs that can bolster your team's combat prowess or siege potential. Dragons grant various stat bonuses, depending on their elemental type, while slaying Rift Herald grants an empowered minion that can be used to pressure turrets. Timing is crucial when contesting these objectives. Keep a close eye on the in-game timer, track the respawn timers of slain objectives, and communicate with your team to ensure you have sufficient vision control around the objective pit before engaging. A well-timed objective can provide a significant power spike and swing the game in your favor. Section 5. Wave Management, a delicate dance of control. Wave management is a fundamental aspect of laning that often separates skilled players from the rest. It's a subtle yet powerful tool that allows you to dictate the pace of the lane, control your opponent's movements, and create opportunities for yourself and your team. Mastering this art form requires a deep understanding of minion behavior, map awareness, and strategic decision-making. At its core, wave management involves manipulating the movement and positioning of minion waves to your advantage. Pushing a wave aggressively can force your opponent under their turret, denying them farm and experience. However, it also leaves you vulnerable to ganks from the enemy jungler. Conversely, freezing the wave near your own turret allows for safer farming, but can limit your kill potential. Knowing when to push, when to freeze, and when to simply maintain lane equilibrium is crucial for gaining an advantage. Pay attention to the number of minions in each wave, their proximity to your and your opponent's turrets, and the location of the enemy jungler. A well-managed wave can create pressure on the map, force your opponent into unfavorable positions, and open up opportunities for ganks from your jungler. As the laning phase winds down and turrets crumble, the game transitions into its most dynamic and unpredictable stage, the mid-game. The map opens up, objectives spawn with greater frequency, and team fights erupt with increasing regularity. This is where individual skill meets strategic prowess, where calculated risks can yield game-changing rewards, and where the momentum can shift in the blink of an eye. The mid-game is a delicate balancing act. You must balance the need to farm efficiently and maintain your gold income with the constant pressure to control objectives, respond to enemy movements, and secure vision control across the map. It's a period of constant adaptation, where split-second decisions can make or break your team's chances of victory. Communication becomes paramount during the mid-game, keeping your team informed of enemy positions, coordinating rotations, and planning objective takes require clear and concise communication. Whether you're using in-game pings or voice chat, ensure your team is on the same page to avoid costly miscommunications. The mid-game is where legends are forged and legacies defined. It's a crucible that tests your limits as a player, demanding both mechanical mastery and strategic acumen. Embrace the chaos, adapt to the ever-changing battlefield, and seize every opportunity to propel your team towards victory. In the heart-pounding symphony of the mid-game, map control reigns supreme. It's a silent language, spoken through words, a strategic dance of positioning and rotations, and the key to unlocking a symphony of victories. Mastering this intricate dance is essential for any aspiring summoner seeking to orchestrate their team's triumph on the Rift. Imagine the summoner's Rift as a grand chessboard, each lane a file, each jungle path a rank. Map control is about dictating the flow of the game, anticipating your opponent's moves, and forcing them to react to your team's will. It's about creating a web of vision that illuminates the enemy's secrets, transforming potential threats into calculated risks. Wards, those unassuming trinkets, become your eyes and ears on the battlefield. Strategically placed in key locations like objectives, choke points, and enemy jungle entrances, they provide invaluable information about enemy movements, allowing your team to react accordingly and avoid costly ambushes. Beyond warding, map control is also about efficient rotations, capitalizing on a numbers advantage in one lane, collapsing on an objective before the enemy can contest it, or simply applying pressure across multiple lanes simultaneously can overwhelm even the most coordinated opponents. Remember, controlling the map is about controlling the pace and flow of the game itself. As the mid-game unfolds, the battle for neutral objectives intensifies. Dragons and Rift, Herald, once mere bonuses, transform into pivotal turning points, They are powerful buffs capable of swinging the momentum of the match in a heartbeat. Securing these objectives requires coordination, map awareness, and a keen understanding of risk versus reward. Dragons, those majestic serpents residing in their respective elemental pits, offer unique and potent buffs that stack with each slain drake. From increased damage to enhanced siege potential, each dragon soul brings your team one step closer to victory. Prioritizing dragon control, especially securing the coveted 4th dragon soul, can be the deciding factor in a close game. Rift Herald, the armored behemoth lurking in the northern river, offers a different kind of advantage. Slaying this creature grants an empowered minion that can be unleashed in a lane to wreak havoc on turrets, creating significant pressure and forcing the enemy team to react. A well-timed Rift Herald can crack open a lane, paving the way for a successful siege. However, contesting objectives always carries a risk. Before engaging, assess your team's strength, the enemy's position on the map, and your vision control around the objective. A poorly timed or executed objective take can easily backfire, gifting the enemy team a gold, an experience advantage that can be difficult to overcome. Section 4. The Art of Rotation, Shifting the Battlefield. In the ever-shifting landscape of the mid-game, mastering the art of rotation is akin to wielding a strategic trump card. It's about recognizing opportunities to exploit enemy weaknesses, coordinating swift and decisive movements across the map, and transforming a seemingly even playing field into a symphony of calculated aggression. Imagine your team as a pack of wolves, circling the enemy's defenses, probing for weaknesses. A successful rotation is a coordinated strike, a sudden surge of pressure in an unexpected location, catching the enemy off guard and tilting the scales in your favor. Communication is key to executing flawless rotations. Utilize pings, champion callouts, and concise messages in the chat to inform your team of your intentions. A simple rotating top can be the difference between a successful gank and a wasted opportunity. Timing, too, is crucial. Rotating too early might alert the enemy, giving them time to react and defend. Rotating too late might mean missing a critical opportunity to secure an objective or punish an overextended opponent. Recognize the ebb and flow of the game. Anticipate enemy movements and strike when the iron is hot. Section 5. Teamfight Fundamentals, Strength in Numbers. As the mid-game rages on and tensions escalate, teamfights erupt with increasing frequency, transforming the Summoner's Rift into a chaotic ballet of flashing blades, roaring spells, and the intoxicating thrill of victory, or the bitter sting of defeat. Mastering the fundamentals of teamfighting is essential for any summoner seeking to emerge triumphant from these pivotal clashes. Unlike the controlled duels of the laning phase, teamfights are a chaotic whirlwind of action, where split-second decisions and flawless execution can make or break a team's chances of success. It's a delicate dance of positioning, target prioritization, and understanding your champion's role within the team composition. Before engaging, assess the battlefield. Identify high-priority targets on the enemy team, their primary damage dealers, their main engagers, their crucial support champions. Focus your team's efforts on eliminating these threats quickly and efficiently, while simultaneously protecting your own vulnerable carries. Positioning is paramount in a team fight. Front-line champions, those tanks and bruisers, absorb damage and create space for their carries to unleash their full potential. Backline carries, those fragile yet deadly mages and marksmen, maintain a safe distance, peppering the enemy team with ranged attacks and devastating abilities. Remember, team fighting is not just about individual skill, but about cohesive teamwork. Coordinate your engages, focus fire on priority targets, and protect your carries. A well-executed team fight can swing the momentum of the match in an instant, paving the way for a triumphant victory. Section 6. Engaging and Disengaging. Picking your battles. In the heat of battle, with adrenaline pumping, and the roar of the crowd or the pings of your teammates echoing in your ears, it's tempting to engage in every team fight that presents itself. However, true mastery lies in knowing when to fight, and perhaps more importantly, when to retreat and live to fight another day. Engaging in a team fight should never be an impulsive decision. Before committing, assess the situation carefully. Do you have a numbers advantage? Is your team's ultimate abilities available? Is the enemy team positioned poorly or out of position? Engaging under favorable circumstances can often lead to a decisive victory. Conversely, recognizing a losing battle and disengaging at the right moment is a skill that often separates good players from great ones. If your team is outnumbered, outmatched, or simply caught out of position, retreating might be the wisest course of action. Effective disengaging requires coordination and the intelligent use of movement abilities, crowd control, and even terrain to your advantage. Create distance between your team and the enemy. Peel for your vulnerable carries and regroup at a safe distance to reassess the situation. Remember, choosing your battles wisely is not a sign of cowardice, but a hallmark of strategic brilliance. A well-timed retreat can often prevent a disastrous defeat, allowing your team to regroup, recover, and re-engage when the odds are more favorable. In the Symphony of League of Legends, communication is the conductor's baton, guiding the orchestra of champions towards a harmonious victory. It's the lifeblood of successful teams, the bridge between individual skill and collective triumph, and the key to unlocking the full potential of a well-coordinated squad. Effective communication begins with clear and concise callouts. Utilize pings to signal enemy positions, highlight objectives, and indicate your intentions. Supplement pings with brief but informative messages in the chat. A simple dragon in 1 minute or ganking bot, collapse on my mark, can make all the difference in a crucial moment. Shot calling, the art of directing your team's actions and making strategic decisions, is another vital aspect of communication. While any player can contribute valuable information, having a designated shot caller can bring order to the chaos, ensuring everyone is on the same page and working towards a common goal. Remember, communication is a two-way street. Actively listen to your teammates' call-outs, acknowledge their pings, and respond accordingly. Even a simple "on my way" or "I'm with you" can boost morale and foster a sense of trust and camaraderie within the team. In the ever-evolving landscape of a League of Legends match, momentum can shift like the tide. A well-timed gank, a decisive objective secure, or a flawlessly executed team fight can create a ripple effect, propelling your team towards victory while simultaneously demoralizing your opponents. This phenomenon, often referred to as the snowball effect, highlights the importance of capitalizing on early advantages and pressing your lead relentlessly. A small goal lead in the laning phase can quickly snowball into a significant item advantage making it even easier to secure further kills, objectives, and ultimately the game. The key to snowballing effectively lies in recognizing opportunities and seizing them with unwavering aggression. Did your jungler secure first blood on the enemy mid laner? Coordinate a dive with your mid laner to further pressure the lane, denying them farm and experience. Did your team win a crucial team fight and secure Baron Nashor? Group as 5 and lay siege to the enemy base, utilizing the Baron buff to crack open their defenses. Remember, the snowball effect works both ways. Just as your team can build the momentum and steamroll towards victory, so too can the enemy capitalize on your mistakes and turn the tide of the game against you. Maintain map awareness, avoid overextending, and play smart even when ahead to avoid giving the enemy any opportunities to claw their way back into the game. In the ever-shifting landscape of Summoner's Rift, adaptability is the hallmark of a true champion. Every match is a unique puzzle, a clash of strategies, champion picks, and individual playstyles. To emerge victorious, you must be willing to adapt your game plan, adjust your build, and even rethink your entire approach based on the ever-changing circumstances of the match. Blindly following a predetermined game plan, no matter how well crafted, can be a recipe for disaster. What works against one team composition might prove utterly ineffective against another. A strategy that thrives in a fast-paced, aggressive meta might falter in a more controlled, objective-focused environment. Before the match even begins, take the time to analyze the enemy team composition. What are their strengths and weaknesses? Do they have a lot of burst damage, or do they favor a more sustained poke-heavy approach? Do they have a strong front line, or are their carries vulnerable? Once the game is underway, pay attention to the enemy's movements, their item choices, and their overall strategy. Are they prioritizing dragon control? Are they focusing on split pushing? Are they grouping early and forcing team fights? By identifying their game plan, you can adapt your own strategy accordingly, exploiting their weaknesses and minimizing their strengths. Section 10. The mental game. Staying focused under pressure. In high-stakes League of Legends, every decision carries weight. Mastering the mental game is crucial. Staying focused under pressure, maintaining a positive mindset, and bouncing back from setbacks can be the deciding factor between victory and defeat. It's easy to get caught up in the moment, letting frustration cloud your judgment. Instead, cultivate resilience and positivity. View setbacks as growth opportunities, and focus on what you can control: your gameplay and communication. Remember, even the best players face defeats. Take breaks to clear your head. Approach challenges with a calm mind. Section 1. The Late Game Symphony. As the clock ticks past the 30-minute mark, the tempo of the game shifts once more. The early skirmishes and mid-game rotations give way to a grand strategic ballet, the late game. Here, every decision carries the weight of a potential victory or a heartbreaking defeat. The map, scarred and reshaped by countless clashes, becomes a battleground of high-stakes objectives, calculated risks, and the relentless pursuit of victory. The late game is not for the faint of heart. Champions reach their peak power, wielding devastating abilities and boasting formidable item builds. Team fights, once frequent but fleeting, evolve into epic clashes that can determine the fate of the match in an instant. One wrong move, One mistimed ability can spell disaster. But amidst the chaos, there's a certain beauty, a symphony of strategy and skill unfolding in real time. It's a test of mastery, not just of individual mechanics, but of game knowledge, map awareness, and the ability to make split-second decisions under immense pressure. The late game is where legends are forged, where the true depths of a summoner's skill are revealed. So, still your nerves, summoner, for in the crucible of the late game, only the most cunning, the most coordinated, and the most determined will emerge victorious. The fate of Summoner's Rift hangs in the balance. In the heart of Summoner's Rift slumbers a creature of immense power, Baron Nashor. This colossal worm offers a boon so potent it can turn the tides of a match. Securing Baron Nashor is a calculated risk with a game-winning reward. Slaying Baron Nashor is no mean feat. Its health pool is vast, its attacks devastating. Coordination is paramount. Tanks absorb the brunt, while damage dealers chip away. The Baron buff grants a significant boost, transforming the team into a formidable force. It also empowers minions, turning them into siege engines. But remember, the enemy will contest the Baron, and a poorly timed attempt can backfire. As the late game reaches its crescendo, a new contender emerges from its lair, the Elder Dragon. This ancient being, imbued with the raw power of the elements, represents the pinnacle of neutral objectives, a game-changing force that can single-handedly secure victory for the team, fortunate enough to claim its bounty. The Elder Dragon's power is not to be underestimated. Its attacks are devastating, capable of obliterating even the tankiest of champions. Its buff, a mark of true dominance, grants not only enhanced combat stats, but also a unique effect that can turn the tide of any engagement. Upon dealing damage to an enemy champion, the Elder Dragon buff unleashes a fiery explosion, dealing a percentage of the target's missing health as true damage. Securing the Elder Dragon is a dance with destiny, a high-stakes gamble with the potential for unimaginable rewards. It requires impeccable timing, flawless execution, and a healthy dose of luck. The enemy team, desperate to deny you this ultimate prize, will fight tooth and nail to contest the objective, and a single misstep can spell disaster. But for those who dare to dream, for those who possess the skill and the courage to claim the Elder Dragon's power, the rewards are immeasurable. With the might of the ancients at your disposal, victory is all but assured. The late game is as much about destruction as it is about defense. With Baron and Elder Dragon buffs in play, teams transform into veritable armies, their sights set on the enemy nexus. But standing between them and victory lies a gauntlet of defensive structures. Turrets, inhibitors, and the enemy team itself. Siege warfare in League of Legends is a delicate dance of aggression and caution. Pushing too aggressively without proper vision control or wave management can expose your team to counter-attacks, while playing too passively can allow the enemy to stall and potentially turn the game around. Effective sieging requires a coordinated effort. Tanks and bruisers lead the charge, absorbing damage and drawing the attention of enemy defenses. Damage dealers, positioned safely behind their front line, unleash their full fury upon turrets and any unfortunate souls who dare to challenge their advance. Supports, ever vigilant, shield their allies, heal their wounds, and ward the surrounding area, providing crucial vision and denying the enemy any opportunity for a surprise attack. Remember, patience is key. Don't be afraid to disengage and reset if a siege isn't working. Wait for a favorable opportunity. Capitalize on enemy mistakes and strike when the iron is hot. With each successful push, with each structure destroyed, you draw one step closer to victory. In the late game, wave control transcends its laning phase origins, evolving into a strategic weapon capable of dictating the pace of the game and creating win conditions. Mastering this intricate dance of minion manipulation is essential for any summoner seeking to orchestrate their team's final push towards victory. Imagine minion waves as extensions of your champion, an army of miniature soldiers marching to your command. By understanding their behavior, manipulating their movement, and strategically utilizing your champion's abilities, you can create advantageous situations for your team and cripple your opponent's defenses. Pushing a wave aggressively can force the enemy team to respond, drawing them away from objectives or creating opportunities for picks. Freezing a wave near your own turrets can deny the enemy farm and experience, starving their carries and delaying their power spikes. Slow pushing, a more advanced technique, involves building a massive wave of minions that can crash against enemy turrets like a tidal wave, overwhelming their defenses and creating space for your team to siege. Wave control is not just about individual skill, but also about team coordination. Communicate your intentions to your teammates, coordinate your pushes, and utilize your champion's abilities in synergy to maximize your wave, clear, and control. The top lane, a battlefield isolated from the chaos of the bottom lane, where solo laners clash in a relentless duel of skill, strategy, and mental fortitude. It's a role that demands independence, resourcefulness, and the ability to withstand immense pressure, often with minimal jungle intervention. Top laners are the bedrock of their teams, the unflinching shield that absorbs enemy aggression and creates space for their carries to thrive. They are masters of lane control, dictating the flow of minion waves, managing their resources meticulously, and punishing even the slightest misstep from their opponents. But top lane is not just about brute force. It's about calculated aggression, knowing when to strike, when to absorb pressure, and when to cede ground strategically. It's about understanding the intricacies of wave management, utilizing teleport strategically to influence other lanes, and choosing the right champion to counter the enemy team's composition. Whether you favor the unwavering resilience of a tank, the relentless pressure of a bruiser, or the split-pushing prowess of a carry top laner, mastering the art of solo warfare is essential for any summoner aspiring to dominate the top lane. The jungle, a labyrinth of twisting paths, hidden alcoves, and fearsome neutral monsters, ruled by a lone predator, the jungler. This role, shrouded in mystery and often misunderstood, is the heartbeat of a team, dictating the pace of the game, creating chaos in the lanes, and securing objectives with surgical precision. Junglers are the unseen hand that guides their team towards victory. They are masters of map awareness, constantly tracking enemy movements, anticipating lane matchups, and identifying opportunities to swing the momentum of the match in their favor. The tools of the trade are diverse, a menagerie of champions, each with their own unique strengths and playstyles. Some favor early aggression, relentlessly ganking lanes, and snowballing their team to an early lead. Others prefer a more calculated approach, farming efficiently, securing objectives, and controlling the flow of the game through strategic vision control. Mastering the jungle requires a deep understanding of game mechanics, champion matchups, and objective timings. It's a role that demands adaptability, decisiveness, and the ability to make split-second decisions that can make or break a team's chances of victory. The mid lane, the beating heart of Summoner's Rift, a crucible where the most skilled and strategically minded players clash in a symphony of flashing blades, roaring spells, and the intoxicating thrill of outplaying their opponents. It's a role that demands mechanical mastery, lightning-fast reflexes, and an unyielding will to dominate. Mid laners are the playmakers, the assassins lurking in the shadows, the mages unleashing devastating bursts of energy. They are masters of lane control, dictating the flow of minion waves, roaming to other lanes to influence the map, and carrying their team to victory on the back of their individual skill. Their champion pool is as diverse as the playstyles they employ, from nimble assassins who dart in and out of combat, delivering lethal blows with surgical precision, to control mages who dictate the terms of engagement, zoning out opponents and bombarding them with a barrage of spells. Mastering the mid lane requires a deep understanding of champion matchups, wave management, and roaming timings. It's a role that demands constant adaptation, a keen eye for opportunity, and the ability to seize the initiative and dictate the pace of the game. Section 4. ADC Fundamentals. Precision and Positioning. The ADC. The marksman, the sharpshooter. The consistent source of damage that melts through enemy ranks like butter in the late game. They are the glass cannons of League of Legends, fragile yet incredibly powerful, capable of tearing down even the tankiest of opponents with their sustained damage output. But playing ADC, it's not just about right-clicking on champions and watching their health bars melt away. It's a role that demands precision, positioning, and a deep understanding of how to maximize damage output while minimizing risk. ADCs are reliant on their team, particularly their support, to protect them in the early game, allowing them to scale up safely and reach their full potential in the late game. They must learn to position themselves carefully in team fights, kiting back from enemy threats while simultaneously unleashing a barrage of auto-attacks. Mastering the ADC role requires a deep understanding of champion kits, itemization paths, and the delicate dance between dealing damage and staying alive. It's a role that demands patience, discipline, and the ability to remain calm under pressure, even when enemy assassins are breathing down your neck. Section 5. Support strategies. Shielding your allies, guiding your team. The support. The unsung heroes of League of Legends, the selfless guardians who sacrifice their own glory to ensure the success of their team. They are the wardens of vision, the protectors of the weak, the guiding light that leads their team to victory. Playing support is not for the faint of heart. It's a role that demands selflessness, a deep understanding of game mechanics, and the ability to influence the map, even without the same gold income as other roles. Supports are masters of crowd control, utilizing stuns, slows, and other debilitating effects to disrupt enemy engages, protect their carries, and turn the tide of team fights in their favor. They are the wardens of vision, illuminating the map with strategically placed wards to provide their team with crucial information about enemy movements. But perhaps most importantly, supports are the emotional backbone of their team. They are the ones who offer encouragement when morale is low, who celebrate victories with infectious enthusiasm, and who remind their team that even in the face of adversity, victory is still within reach. Section 1. The Journey of 1,000 Games. As we reach the end of our journey through the intricacies of League of Legends, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Mastery is not a destination, but a journey. It's a journey of 1,000 games, of countless triumphs, and even more setbacks, of moments of brilliance interspersed with head-scratching blunders. But it's a journey worth taking, for within the crucible of Summoner's Rift lies the potential for immense growth, not just as a player, but as a strategist, a teammate, and even as an individual. Remember that every summoner, from the most decorated professional player to the newest recruit stepping onto the Rift for the very first time, started their journey from the same point, a place of curiosity, of excitement, and perhaps a touch of apprehension. There will be moments of frustration where the mechanics seem insurmountable, where the enemy team seems to be one step ahead, where victory feels as distant as the stars. But don't be discouraged. League of Legends, like any skill worth mastering, requires time, dedication, and a healthy dose of perseverance. Embrace the challenges, celebrate the victories, no matter how small, and never lose sight of the joy that brought you to the game in the first place. League of Legends boasts a steep learning curve, a testament to its depth and complexity. New champions are constantly being released, meta shifts come and go like the tides, and even the most experienced players find themselves constantly adapting to new challenges. But instead of viewing this as a daunting obstacle, embrace it as an invitation to learn, to grow, and to constantly refine your skills. There are countless resources available to aid you on your journey. Online guides, YouTube tutorials, Twitch streams of high elo players. The information is out there for those willing to seek it. Don't be afraid to experiment with different champions, to try out new builds, and to learn from your mistakes. The practice tool, often overlooked, provides a safe space to hone your mechanics, to master last-hitting techniques, and to experiment with champion combos without the pressure of a live match. Spend time there, familiarize yourself with the nuances of your chosen champions, and watch as your muscle memory develops, turning complex maneuvers into second nature. In the pursuit of mastery, mistakes are not failures, but valuable learning opportunities. Every death, every missed last hit, every mistimed ability, every strategic blunder holds within it a kernel of wisdom, a chance to reflect, to analyze, and to improve. After each match, take the time to review your gameplay. What went well? What could you have done differently? Were there any recurring patterns in your decision-making that led to unfavorable outcomes? Don't shy away from identifying your weaknesses. Acknowledging them is the first step towards addressing them. Seek feedback from more experienced players. Watch replays of your games with a critical eye. identifying areas where your positioning could have been better, where your decision-making could have been sharper, where your communication with your team could have been clearer. Remember, improvement is an iterative process. It's about constantly seeking out your weaknesses, working on them diligently, and celebrating even the smallest of victories along the way. With each mistake you analyze, with each lesson you internalize, you edge closer to unlocking your full potential on the Rift. One of the most rewarding aspects of League of Legends is its sheer diversity. With over 150 champions to choose from, each with their own unique abilities, strengths, and weaknesses, the possibilities for self-expression are endless. Don't feel pressured to conform to a certain playstyle or to limit yourself to a specific role just because it's considered meta or OP. Experiment with different champions, explore different roles, and discover what truly resonates with you. Do you thrive on the adrenaline rush of diving into the enemy team as a fearless initiator? Do you prefer the calculated precision of a long-range marksman, picking off your opponents from a safe distance? Do you find satisfaction in the supportive role, shielding your allies and empowering them to achieve victory? There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to finding your playstyle. The most important thing is to find a role and a champion that you genuinely enjoy playing. One that makes you excited to queue up for another match, even after a string of defeats. Section 5. The importance of teamwork. United we stand. League of Legends, at its core, is a team game. While individual skill is undoubtedly important, victory is ultimately achieved through cooperation, communication, and a shared understanding of strategy and goals. Remember that you are not alone on the Rift. You have 4 teammates, each with their own strengths and weaknesses, each relying on you to play your role to the best of your ability. Communicate effectively. Support your teammates when they're struggling, and celebrate each other's successes. Toxicity and negativity have no place on Summoner's Rift. A single toxic player can poison the morale of an entire team, turning what could have been a fun and engaging experience into a frustrating and demoralizing one. Instead, strive to foster a positive and supportive environment where players feel comfortable communicating openly, learning from their mistakes, and working together towards a common goal. Section 6. Beyond the Game, Community and Sportsmanship. The League of Legends community is vast and diverse, encompassing players from all walks of life, from casual gamers looking for a fun way to unwind after a long day, to hardcore competitors striving to reach the pinnacle of esports. Embrace the social aspect of the game. Join online communities, participate in forums, discuss strategies, share your experiences, and connect with like-minded individuals who share your passion for the game. Remember that even though you're competing against other players, it's important to maintain a sense of sportsmanship and respect. Treat your opponents with courtesy. Even in the heat of battle, offer a GG, WP, good game, well played, at the end of a match, regardless of the outcome. Toxicity and negativity have no place in any gaming community. By promoting a positive and inclusive environment, we can ensure that League of Legends remains an enjoyable and rewarding experience for players of all skill levels and backgrounds. Section 7. The everlasting appeal of League of Legends. What is it about League of Legends that continues to captivate millions of players worldwide? Why? Despite its complexities, its steep learning curve, and its occasional frustrations, does this game continue to thrive, to evolve, and to inspire such passionate dedication from its ever-growing community? Perhaps it's the thrill of competition, the adrenaline rush of outplaying your opponents and achieving a hard-fought victory. Perhaps it's the satisfaction of mastering complex mechanics, of executing intricate combos, of transforming from a wide-eyed novice into a seasoned summoner. Or perhaps it's something more profound. Perhaps it's the bonds of friendship forged in the crucible of battle, the shared experiences, the inside jokes, the camaraderie that develops between teammates who have triumphed and failed together on the rift. Whatever the reason, there's no denying that League of Legends has left an indelible mark on the gaming world. It's a game that transcends language, culture, and geographical boundaries, uniting players from all walks of life under the banner of competition, camaraderie, and the pursuit of mastery. Section 8. Until next time. Summoner. As we draw to a close, remember that the journey of 1,000 games begins with a single step. So, what are you waiting for? Summoner. Fire up the client, queue up with your friends, and step onto Summoner's Rift, ready to face whatever challenges await. May your skills be sharp, your strategies sound, and your team synergy unbreakable. May your wards be plentiful, your last hits on point, and your victories glorious. Until next time, Summoner, see you on the